All right, situation. The column bracket shown carries an eccentric load of 240 kilonewtons acting at an eccentricity E of 225 millimeters from the center of the group of rivets. So let's plug in the value. So this is 240 and then E is 225. The diameter of the rivets is 22 millimeters. Assume that the bracket is thick enough to carry the load. So this statement simply means that we do not need to check the bracket itself against probably bearing, di ba? Pwede magkaroon ng bearing dyan. O di kaya ng tension or other limit state no ng steel member. Okay? So ibig sabihin for this particular problem, we will be focusing only on the rivets. Okay? So we are given A equals 40 and then B is 80. Okay? And C is 70. For the first question, which of the following gives the shearing stress in megapascal of the rivets due to axial loads only? So, what we need to familiarize ourselves here is that, first of all, itong mga rivets na to, meron silang bolt group centroid. At yung centroid na yon, because of symmetry, can be found here. So, nandiyan yung centroid nila. So, dahil nandiyan yung centroid nila, then any distance from that particular point, wherever the application of the force is meron tayong tinatawag na eccentricity. So eccentricity, tandaan po natin, ay laging sinusukat from the center of the bolt group. Okay? Now, just in case that the bolt group are not symmetrical, then you can apply Varignon's theorem to determine yung location nitong bolt group centroid, no? Hopefully we are familiar. But anyhow, in this case, dahil nandyan nga yung center, then the distance from here up to here is our eccentricity. So dahil doon, this particular force will have two effects on the rivets. One is the direct shear. So that is when, lagyan natin dito na sa baba. Okay, so that is if we would remove the force P here and then put it here, directly kung nasaan yung bolt group centroid. Okay, so kapag ganyan, that is what we call the direct shear. Okay, and then this is also in addition to that, no? In addition to that, dahil doon sa eccentricity na yon, meron din tayong torsion. Okay, so meron ding torsion. And the torsion will act kung saan yung centroid. Ayan. Okay, so this is due to torsion. Torsional shear. Okay? So, well, for the first problem, tinatanong lang ano yung um, shearing stress due to axial load only. So, bali ito 'yon, no? Due to axial load only. So, bali ito rin 'yon, yung direct shear. Okay? So, we know that each rivet will react, 'di ba? So, they will react equally kapag ka direct or axial yung loading, no? So they will react equally. So ibig sabihin yung reaction na tawagin natin na QVY kasi directed about Y. So magiging direct shear reaction nila is simply P divided by kung ilan yung rivets. So ang P na binigay ay 240 kilonewtons divided by we have how many? We have 8, no? 8 rivets. So divided by 8. So that would give us okay, so that would give us 240 divided by 8. That would give us 30 kilonewtons. Okay? Pero ang tinatanong sa atin, stress, ano? So, para makuha natin yung stress for number 1, so the shearing stress due to direct shear would be yung force divided by the area of the rivets. So, that is 30. Gawin na natin itong Newton para maging megapascal yung sagot, tapos yung area ng rivet is simply circular, pi over 4 times yung diameter na binigay ay 22. So, 22 squared. Okay, so that gives us 78.92 megapascals. Alright, and that would be our answer for number 1. So dito sa number 1, kung mapapansin nyo, wala siyang in-specify kung sinong rivet yung pinag-uusapan. Walang kaso yon kasi nga nabanggit ko na kada isang rivet na yan ay equal lang yung direct shear na ina-apply or nire-resist dun sa load, actual load. So equal lang. So it doesn't matter kung sinong rivet yung pinag-uusapan. For number 1, no? So anyway, our answer here is letter C. For number 2, which of the following gives a shearing stress of the rivets due to torsion only? So, ibig sabihin na kailangan natin ngayon hanapin yung shearing stress due to torsion only. So, well, actually, dito sa number 2, walang in-specify din kung sinong rivet yung pinag-uusapan. Pero gusto ko nang banggitin ngayon pa lang na sa torsion, iba-iba yung magiging reaction ng mga rivets na ito. No, iba-iba yung magiging reaction nila. Depende kung saan sila located. Okay? And the idea is the farther the rivet, no, the greater its shearing stress. Okay? The closer the rivet, the smaller the shearing stress, no? And the reason for that is because of the formula of torsional shear. 'Di ba ang formula ng torsional shear ay T rho over J. So yung rho na to is yung distance nung point na pinag-uusapan from the center. So that's why kung malaki itong rho na to, malaki rin yung shearing stress. Kaya nabanggit ko na depende kung sino rivet yung pinag-uusapan. Kung mas malayo yan, kagaya nito, ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung magiging shearing stress niya. Kung mas malapit yun, kagaya nito, mas maliit yung shearing stress niya. So sa number 2, walang in-specify kung sino. Kapag ganon, automatic yon ang pinag-uusapan natin ay maximum. Kasi wala namang sense kung ang kukunin mo is yung minimum. Dahil ibig sabihin hindi naman yun yung magko-control nung strength nung buong bolted connection. Kasi ang magko-control ng strength ng buong bolted connection is yung most stress or yung critical na fault. Kaya dito kahit walang binanggit, ang pag-uusapan natin ay or ang kukunin natin na shearing stress due to torsion is yung maximum. And where is the maximum? As mentioned, that is the farthest rivet. So pwedeng ito, no? Pwedeng ito, or pwedeng ito. No? So kahit saan dyan. Anyway, pare-parehas lang naman yan ng distance. So, I also mentioned before that instead of using direct, kasi di ba ang mangyayari, ito yung torsion eh. So magiging reaction nito, let's say ito na lang yung pag-usapan natin, magiging reaction nito is laging perpendicular sa line na to, sa pagganyan. So ganyan yung reaction niya. Na ganyan. Okay? So yun yung tawagin natin Q sub T. Reaction niya due to torsion. Pero nabanggit ko rin na yung reaction pwede mong i-break down sa vertical and horizontal components. So, QTX at saka QTY. So, maganda. Ganun na lang yung gawin natin, no? So, for number 2, to calculate for QTX, di ba, ang formula ay TY, yung rho, gagawin mo lang Y. Tapos yung J, that is just summation of X squared plus Y squared. Nung bolt group or nung rivet group. Okay? So sa case na to, yung torsion natin is just P times the eccentricity. And that is 240 kilonewton multiplied by 225 mm. So bali ang gagawin ko na tong newton, tapos multiply natin ng 225 mm, para ang units niya ay naka-newton millimeter. Which is going to be parallel doon sa units ng megapascal. Di ba? Newton tapos millimeter. Okay? So, that is our T. So, i-define lang natin ano yung Y. So, ano ba yung Y? So, yung Y is yung distance lang ng rivet na pinag-uusapan from the center along the Y-axis. So, bali, ito yung Y na pinag-uusapan. Yan yung Y. Okay? Tapos, unahan ko na, yung X din, ganito rin. Ito naman yung X niya. Okay? So, from the figure, yung Y natin, so, we have to be careful here. Ito kasi, 80 to no? So, kaso nasa gitna tayo. So, ibig sabihin, ito ay 40. So, ibig sabihin yung Y natin ay 40 plus 80. That's it, no? 40 plus 80, so that is just 120. So yung y natin is 120. So we will have 240,000 times 225 is our t. Ang y natin ay 120 over summation of x squared plus y squared. So, isa-isahin natin. Ano ba yung mga x ng mga rivets? Well, from here, papunta dito, yung x natin ay, I think, 70 na kagad. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4 na 70. Sa kabila naman, meron din tayong another 4 na 70. So, meron tayong 8 70, no? So, we can just put here 8 na 70 squared. Plus, what about yung y? So, para sa y, iba-iba. So, mula dito hanggang dito, nabanggit nga natin that that's 120 kasi that's 40 plus 80. So, meron tayong 120 para dito, 120 para dito, 120 para dito, at para dito. So, meron tayong apat na 120. Plus, para naman dito, that is only 40. No? So, ito, at saka ito, lahat yan 40. No? 40 rin sa baba. So, apat na 40. Ayan. So, that is our T rho over J. No? T rho, or yung Y natin, over J. Ito, yung J. Okay? So that is going to be our reaction in the X. So bali ang magiging sagot dito is naka-Newton, no? So lagay natin. So we have 240,000 times 225 times 120 over, lagay ko lang dito yung J kasi gagamitin ulit natin yan. So calc 80 times 70 squared, sorry, 8 times 70 squared rather, plus 4 times 120 squared plus 4 times 40 squared. So that will give us 62,790.7. 62,790.7, but this is in Newton. Okay? Next, kunin naman natin yung QT, Y, bali yung Y component. So para makuha yung Y component, ito rin yung formula, gagawin lang natin yung Y na X. Okay? So we have 240,000 times 225. And what is our x? So, ang x naman natin dito, I think klaro naman na yung magiging x dito is yung 70. No? So, that is 70. Over, same lang yung ilalim. Kopyahin ko na lang. Ayan. Okay? So, that is our QTY. So, yung y component nung reaction for torsion. So, gagawin ko lang tong 70. Yan din yun. So, ang magiging sagot ay 36,627.91 Newton. Okay na. So, therefore, we can calculate for QT, that is just the resultant of QTX and QTY. Okay? So, mamaya pakita ko rin yung shortcut kung paano ito dediretsuhin ng pag-compute. Okay? So, we have 62,790.77 squared. So, that will give us 72,693.02 Newton. Okay? Now, alternatively, we can also opt to use yung direct formula na T rho over J. Pwede rin to. No, yung rho mo is ito. Yan yung rho mo. Pwede rin yun. You know? Yun nga lang, kaya ako ginawa na component kasi later on, kapag i-combine na natin yung i-combine na natin tong direct shear sa torsional shear, kasi yun yung tanong sa huli, oh, maximum shearing stress. I-combine kasi to eh. So, pag i-combine kasi natin sila, kailangan natin i-component to. Kaya inuna ko na kagad kunin yung components, no? Medyo strategic yung paggawa ng components muna bago yung resultant. Pero kung gusto mo resultant pa kagad, pwede rin. Ang gagamitin mo lang na raw, etong distance na to. Which is ano ba yan? So, bali dito, yung raw natin ay square root lang ng, di ba 120 tong y, tapos yung x 70. So, yun yung magiging raw natin. So, that is 10 square root of 193. I-exact ko na lang. So, pwede rin kasing ganito. No? So, magiging 240,000 times 225. Tapos yung raw natin, ano to? 10 square root of 193 over, so yun pa rin yung summation. So same lang dapat ang sagot dito. Okay, so tingnan natin ha. So bali gagawin ko lang tong 10 square root of 193. Okay, ayan. As you can see, same lang. 72,693.02. Okay, so pinili ko lang na, ito yung shortcut, mas mabilis. Kaya lang pinili ko lang na kunin kagad yung components kasi nga, later on, i-combine natin itong mga torsional reaction na to dun sa direct shear na reaction. Kaya yun yung dahilan. Alright, so anyway, from here, we can calculate the torsional shear stress and that is just QT divided by area ulit ng rivets. And that is 72,693.02 over pi over 4 times 22 squared. And that is, okay, so 191.23 megapascals. Okay, so our answer for number 2 would be letter B. Okay? Next, which of the following gives the maximum shearing stress? Ito na, maximum shearing stress na, no? So dahil maximum shearing stress, ibig sabihin, i-combine na natin yung direct shear tsaka yung torsional shear. Yung combined effect nila. E paano sila i-combine? So, well, napag-alaman natin, unang-una, kailangan mo i-identify talaga dyan yung most critical bolt, no? So, lagi ko lang dito, no? So, yung most critical bolt or rivet, okay, could be identified using the following two criterias. First one is it is farthest from bolt or rivet centroid. Okay? Secondly, it is nearest from the line of action of the force. So, yun yung dalawang criteria na pwede mong gamitin para ma-identify ka agad kung sino yung most critical bolt or rivet. So, sa case natin dito, halata naman na ito yun, o di kaya ito. Kasi sila yung pinakamalayo, same lang sila ng distance, di ba? At sila rin yung pinakamalapit sa line of action ng force. No? So, either ito or ito, same lang yan. Kaya ang gawin na lang natin, ito na lang, yan na lang, yung bolt na yan. Ito. So, pagsamahin natin effect ng direct shear tsaka torsional shear sa bolt na yan. So, yung bolt na yan, tawagin kong bolt A. No? Okay, so di ba ito yon bolt A? So, si bolt A nakakaranas ng horizontal na torsional shear. Nakakaranas din siya ng vertical na torsional shear. At nakakaranas din siya ng vertical na direct shear. So as we can see, pag pinagsama natin lahat yan, ito yung direct shear. So ito yung direct shear. Ito yung torsional shear. Tapos ito yung torsional shear X component. So ibig sabihin, ito yung magiging resultant niyan. Yan. Yan yung resultant shear nung bolt plate. Okay, and as you can see, to compute for that resultant ni bolt A, that is just the square root of QTY plus QVY. Mag-a-add lang yung mga Y components tapos plus QTX squared. Okay? And from there, we have square root of ang QTY. So, ito na yung dahilan bakit ko siya hiniwalay, no? So, 36,627.91 plus yung QVY is 30 kilonewton. So, take note, gagawin natin Newton yan, ha? So, 30,000 Newton squared plus ito, yung QTX, 62,790.7. Okay, so therefore, RA, or the total reaction on the bolt, due to the combined effect of shear and torsion, okay, that is 91,552 or 53 newtons. Now, the total shear stress, no, will be RA divided by area ng rivets. Okay, that is 240.84 megapascals. And that would be our answer for the item 3. So that is letter A. Okay? Ngayon, pakita ko lang kung bakit ito yung magiging most critical na bolt, no? Let's say, bakit sir hindi ito, no? Kung halimbawang ito yung napili nating i-analyze, tawagin natin na bolt B. Kay bolt B kasi, ang itsura, okay, di ba ito yung bolt, no? So kung titingnan natin, nakakaranas pa rin siya ng vertical na direct shear. Kaya lang, kapag in-analyze natin yung direction ng torsion niya, so dahil pag ganito yung torsion, yung magiging reaction nito ay pag ganito. Pag ganito yung reaction niya. Okay? So therefore, yung components niyan, pababa at saka papunta ng left. Diba? So mangyayari, yung QTY niya pababa, tapos yung QTX niya pa left. So walang problema kay QTX. Ang may problema ito, kasi ang mangyayari sa kanilang dalawa, magma-minus sila ngayon, hindi sila magpa-plus. At kapag nag-minus yan, liliit ngayon itong part na to. At dahil doon, yung maging reaction dito sa B, yung total reaction sa B, will be less than the reaction at A. Kaya mas critical yung reaction sa both A. Okay? So that's the idea. Kung bakit ganito ang criteria natin to find the most critical bolt. Okay, and that is how we solve this problem.